Hey everybody, Tokusa here and welcome back to another My Hero Ultra Impact video. So, today we are going to discuss on which banner to summon on. I discussed them briefly in my breakdown video, but to be honest, I didn't recognize the other two banners until the end of it, so I didn't really get to put out a clear, defined answer of what to summon for. So, I kind of wanted to break down the three banners and give you a better answer, essentially, right? The three being Celebrations with Ochaco and Momo, this fantasy banner. And you would think fantasy banner characters aren't too relevant today, but the two fantasy characters on this are actually insane. And then the step up banner. Unfortunately, this STR type, even fantasy Deku, they will not get a pass in terms of just overall value. Very good characters, but yeah, these three banners are definitely the way to go. So we're gonna go in order of release, and then I'm just gonna give you my thoughts and opinions on them all. So first one being is this Ochaco and Momo. This is the first one to come out, and it actually comes out later today, or at reset, I believe. So tomorrow, you will have this banner available to you, and I'm not going to lie, this has the best characters of the three, bar none. I do know the Konari does look really good, and the two fantasy characters are insane, but I personally do believe that Momo yaoyorozu is the best character in the entire game in terms of everything, right? Momo, for those who do not know, she is like the ultimate support character in this game. It's what every character wants. And yeah, it's just, she provides so much, and she's the reason the whole PvP meta's changed, right? You have extra lives, you have last stand, which is the extra lives, max HP up freaking out of, just through the zoo is just crazy, plus ultra gauge gain, resistance to bind and stun, right? Speed and crit res to the whole team. It can throw you off that she doesn't really attack other than the plus ultra, and she doesn't have much in her kit, but she is literally the best character in the game, in my opinion. Obviously, people have other opinions. I just think Momo has changed the meta completely, and you have to build around her to kind of counteract her. She's just that powerful, right? Very good base speed, and like I said, the max HP and the shortens of cooldown time. Like, she's just got everything going for her. She scales off HP, right? So she can't really be debuffed by like power down and all that stuff, right? Because all her damage, granted, it's only a plus ultra, but this scales to whatever your HP is. And just your max HP, doesn't matter how much health you have left, right? So very powerful there. The HP, the recovery damage, last stands. This gives crit rate, power up, max HP up, plus ultra gauge gain. It's just so powerful. She does get bullseye too, which is kind of nice for the plus ultra if you've lost a couple characters. And like I said, the resistance. I just think Momo, after months and months of usage, she is so powerful. And another thing that makes her as good as she is she hides. She hides from everybody. You can't even like focus on her. That's why she's usually the last one standing at all times. And then yeah, the extra speed and crit resistance to the entire team when she's hiding, which is the majority of the time. Very powerful ability. I think if you don't have Momo at all, I do think it's actually worth summoning on this banner just to grab her, and then walk away. Because the nice thing about Momo is you only need one. You only need one, and I think you are more than fine with this character. Ochaco. So Ochaco was the first celebration unit to come out with Deku, and yeah, she is also just as crazy. Very good base speed, but her whole gimmick here is stunning opponents and removing temporary buffs. That is such a disgusting combo, and to this day, it is still like fine wine. It is aged like fine wine, I should say. She just provides so much, utility to the team, and also does some really good damage, and it allows other characters to thrive more than they should be, right? Because a lot of characters have some resistances, right, or extra defenses, right? And this character with the plus ultra, which is an AoE, and this home run comment, which is an AoE, cancels 2 temporary opponent buffs. This allows units to, land their other abilities more promising and more efficiently with Ochaco on the team. Like, one of the best PvP teams in the game to this day, and it was discovered as soon as Momo came out, is Momo, Compress, and Celebrations Ochaco, right? You're removing buffs, you can AoE stun them 2 times, then you can bind Compress, right? He has a better chance to bind now because you've removed the buffs off the character. It's so powerful, right? And it's just what has made her age so well to this day. And honestly, I think she is still top 3 character in the game, right there with Momo. Obviously, 2 turns done with the AoE plus Ultra. This is only 1 turn, but still 1 turn can mess up some rotations. This single target attack is really good because of the extra plus Ultra gauge gain and crit rate for 3 turns. Really allows her to emphasize the damage, and I'm pretty sure critting increases your overall percentage of landing attacks. It's just insane. It's a lot of good, her kit is really pieced together well to shine. And along with her 929 speed, by the way, which is crazy, she also increases speed of all UA high students by 25%. Her and Momo both support the team 25%, which is ridiculous. Restores HP of all allies by 15% every 3 critical hits, so she has some healing capabilities in her, especially if you build her with some crit. And she has some baseline crit in her, and then some nice defense when she's got lower HP for survivability. Also increases crit rate by 10% every 5 turns, and plus Ultra Gauge by 10% for every critical hit. So Ochaco just has such a well-designed kit, and it still works insanely well in this meta. Her partner with Momo is such a disgusting combo. Like, I literally have 1 dupe Ochaco, and like I was running her with my Compress and Momo, and I still crush everything. So overall thoughts, this banner is insane. If you wanted to summon on this banner, I 100% get it. These two are still meta relevant. I think Ochaco's more PvP designed. She can do pretty good in PvE, but definitely more PvP designed. I think Celebrations Momo is the jack of all trades. I think Momo is absurd, and I think she is definitely somebody that will benefit your account no matter what. No matter what. Now, if you're summoning for just because you like characters and you're not your favorite character, then don't feel obligated to summon. I'm just telling you from an overall perspective in terms of account progression, this character is your bread and butter. She's so good. She's key in the Climax Battle All Might fight. She's key in Climax Battle Night Eye fight. She's key in all VE towers because she gives you crit rate plus Ultra Gauge. PvP, I already made my whole argument there. She does everything. Momo is the definition of the perfect character. Well, almost perfect. I guess if she did damage too, she would be perfect. But then I would hate the game because she would be the most cancerous character in the game. But yeah, this banner, tons of value. I think if you don't, I'll make my initial thoughts on the end. But yeah, if you wanted to summon, I get it. I totally get it. Now the fantasy banner. Now you wouldn't think fantasy banners hold too much value in this day's age, but the big thing that really sells this banner, along with Sue and Jiro, who are completely meta, is some of the memories on this banner are very, very good. So we'll start with the memories. Fantasy Meadow, very, very powerful and insanely good for Climax Battle All Might. Because that is a tough Climax Battle, so I want to emphasize why I think this banner has some good value. This gives max HP, which is just beautiful, and Composure, which is nice to have against All Might, and nice HP restoration. Now I know All Might cancels it, but if you can some turns he doesn't turn or he doesn't attack, so sometimes you can get that nice HP buff for yourself. But the extra max HP is very, very nice, and this memory it works really, really well on a whole suit of characters. Like full 100 can use this memory. It keeps him alive for them 4 turns really, really well, so that allows him to get to his persistence mode better. This memory just has a lot of good value, right? Where on the other banner with Ochaco and Momo, you have full power Young Ones. It's a decent VE tower memory. It's really just damage. Skill impact up, and then crit rate and crit skill impact. You're going to do a lot of damage with this memory. So if you just want to do DPS, if you just want to do heavy crits and lots of crits, this is a good memory. Very, very good memory. But this banner has just overall more variety and more value. Resonating power. This memory is okay. I don't think it's actually that amazing. You need to be able to increase your crit rate, increase your speed, increase your defense. If you do that, you get some power skill impact and plus ultra skill impact. It's a good damage memory, but I definitely don't think. I think it's definitely the weakest of the 3. I wouldn't even prioritize duping this one up, but still a solid memory that you can use. And this memory has stand the test of time. Friendly Reinforcements. This is the best DPS memory in the entire game. I would argue. Even better than full power Young Ones. This memory literally came up from the beginning, and other than maybe Adventure Awaits, this memory still just cooks as much as that. It's so powerful, right? Skill impact 45%. Power by 15% for 3 turns. So this stacks. So by the 3rd turn, you got 45%. When you successfully execute a skill chain. And then if you use this second or later, defense by 10% for 3 turns, so they can be up to 30%. And then plus ultra move skill impact by 20% for 3 turns when used third. 60% plus ultra skill impact, 30% defense, 45% power, and 45% skill impact if you survive the 3 turns. Yeah, memory's crazy. It's just one of the best, if not the best DPS memory. It works absurdly well on Steampunk Bakugo. The memory is just crazy. It just has so much value. But anyways, that right there alone puts some good value into this, but it's this. This is really the main character on this banner that really shines. Jiro, Fantasy Jiro is still today like a top 5 unit, like a top 6, 7 unit. And she's just crazy, especially if you have Momo. Momo and Jiro is one of the most disgusting combos in this entire game. And I honestly, even with my team, and you've seen my teams in my showcases with UR plus Tokiyamis, you are duped up compresses. I've tried duped up Nezure or Todoroki. I have a UR plus Nezure. I struggle still to this day with this combo of Jiro and Momo. It's disgusting. She just provides so much utility for the team. She's a very good supportive character, right? You had the high chance to confuse, which is a nice little touch, but this actions cooldown lowering by 1. Do that beside Jiro, you don't have to worry about cooldown times at all, right? She has this AoE. She can give the character the ability to hide for 2 turns. It also increases max HP. That plus Momo's HP, they scale together. Opponents are freaking impossible to kill. It's just insane. This single target attack, medium chance of confusing opponent for 2 turns. This feels like 70% sometimes. It's insane. Good skill impact, so extra damage. Gives all characters, excluding herself, the ability to hide. Protects other characters too, right? Also regenerates HP of all allies by 20% for 3 turns when character is hiding, excluding herself. Prevents all allies of getting status ailment. This is insanely powerful. For the longest time, I used to do Compress's AoE first. It would have literally 0 effect because she canceled it, so you have to play around this as well. Plus Ultra Gauge to the entire team. Cancels 1 status ailment of all allies. Jiro has everything you want in a support character. I think Jiro is insane. I don't have her, but I have fought her enough times to tell you that she is still absolutely menacing to this day. And yeah, I think the Jiro and Momo combination is some of the most broken combinations in the world. Like, you could literally partner her those 2 up beside anybody and they're just gonna cook. So yeah, very powerful, very annoying, and I still think she has tremendous value. Absolutely tremendous value. And then Sue. Sue today, to this day, to me is the best DPS unit in the game. And just in terms of PvP. This is a PvP character. This Jiro and Momo can both be used for PvP and PvE. I find Sue is PvP, and that is all, because they kind of really negate everything she does by when I say negate, every climax battle punishes characters that have piercing shot. Don't know why, they just love to do it. Except for climax battle All Might, but to counter that, they made green suck. So Sue's green. They really don't want Sue to shine in PvE, which is whatever. But PvP is where she cooks the most, right? Not a very fast character, but that's not her whole gimmick. Her whole gimmick is to hide and do ridiculous damage, right? 700% damage. I'm not going to go through the whole kit, but she has permanent piercing shot in her entire kit, right? Shortens character's own action skill cooldown time by 1, which is really good. She gets extra damage and crit rate when she's hiding, and let me tell you, she's literally hiding all the time. Can decrease the power of all opponents with her AoE. Just always having extra damage when hiding, plus Ultra Gauge up. And yeah, she's only hiding when her health is 50% or higher, but if she's hiding and you're protecting her with Jiro and Momo, she can just take off, right? She can do all kinds of crazy damage. And then, yeah, she gets some nice defenses when she's hiding, good HP regeneration. Now, the numbers don't justify how much damage she actually does, but Sue, when she is rolling 12,500 power, and you give her a few turns to build up, essentially every one of her action skills are going to hit max. She does max damage. Now, she doesn't have Bullseye, because she would be broken if so. But yeah, she keeps getting stronger each and every turn. Doesn't, lets allies get status ailment. She's... I don't know how insanely relevant she is to this day, but she still honestly does so much damage. And I think if you are a PvP enthusiast, there could be some insanely good value here, right? And you just have some chance to get more than just these characters, right? The big difference between Momo's banner and Jiro's banner is you're really just relying on these two characters. Full power young ones is fine, but it's nothing crazy. Like very little people use this. It's just the characters. Where the fantasy banner, you get the two characters which are really good, and I still think friendly reinforcements and fantasy metal are insane memories to this day. So at least you have 4 URs. Though the characters aren't as good as the Celebrations banner, I think the 2 memories plus the 2 characters kind of justify that. And then last and certainly not least is Konari. So Konari right here already has a 70-foot advantage from the 100-meter race, we're going to call it, just because he has a step-up banner. If you're a new player, or if you just don't have a very strong account, this is going to have the most value simply because you get more stuff from it. You just do, right? Yeah, I know the other two have 1.5 rates, so every time you're going to have boosted rates, and this one only has it out 2 out of 5. But you are guaranteeing yourself a UR memory. You are guaranteeing yourself a UR character if you finish the rotation. You have 2 discounted multis, right? You're getting UR fragment shards for your memories. Duping up memories is absolutely essential in PvP. You must do it because the stats on UR memories when they are DX matter. They give you like an extra 100 and everything. And it's just too powerful. It's way too powerful. You need your memories duped up. You get 80 stars for each rotation. I don't know how many rotations there are exactly. I'm going to assume it's 5, just like the last one. So 400 stars, even if you get shafted like crazy, 400 stars is insane. Konari shards. And then Konari in the memory himself, right? Konari, I think, is the opposite of the others, mainly because he is PvE focused. At least that's what I'm getting off of initial read. Obviously, I would have to use the unit to get a better, idea of how he actually fits in. But when I read his kit initially, PvE is definitely the way he seems to be constructed for, right? Crit hit, bullseye for blue units. It's just tons of crit rate, plus ultra gauge gain, right? He's not giving stuff like max HP. He's not giving stuff like speed. He does have some debuffs, but no speed debuffs, especially for somebody that's not that fast with 884 speed. Crit rate down. He definitely just seems like a PvE-eccentric unit, which isn't a bad thing. They just need to create more PvE stuff, right? I think VE Tower, this is arguably the best PvE character in the entire game. And I honestly, just by reading his kit, he might actually be the best PvE character. Or VE Tower, I should say. It's just VE Tower is not coming around too often. So if they ever wanted to drop a VE Tower event, I think Konari is the golden boy. I think he's going to absolutely cook. And I do think for Climax Battle Night Eye, there's a reason he's coming back out soon. And Night Eye is a tough Climax Battle, especially if you don't have Celebrations Bakugo. So if you don't have Bakugo still to this day, you can get Konari. And Konari does seem like the absolute next best option. He counters blue units. He literally has Bullseye. I think he is going to help so much with that fight. So I think that could be another really valuable thing out of him. And yeah, I think he's just more of a PvE unit in general, but I do think he has tremendous value. Plus his arts are beautiful, and his animation is great. And then there's this memory. So Lively Festival, on paper to me, for supporting characters, right? For characters that don't want to do a lot of damage. Momo, mainly compressed, because it does give HP to all allies. I think this memory is the best out of all the memories. Best out of the Celebration memories on the Celebration banner. The Fantasy banner, how I just talked up those 2 memories. I think this is the best memory out of even those. Right? It's just so good. You have cooldown built in a memory, so you don't even have to run characters with cooldown time. You can just run this. And then you're giving speed, probably the most essential stat in this game to this day. And then HP to all male allies. This is an ally support buff right here for HP, right? So you're running a male team, and you have 3 of these, right? Like that's 30% extra HP for your team, and then 40% speed of all allies. And honestly, if you're crazy and you have 5 of these, I don't know if the bench counts. I feel like you have to be on the field, but if it doesn't, you could do 50% HP and 40% speed and double turn cooldown time for the first turn. Then after that, your cooldown every 2 turns up to 4 times. Like you're just gonna have your action skill chains flowing. Like this memory to me is broken. And obviously I have to test it out to get like an official standpoint on it and see if it is actually as good as I'm talking it up, but that is a very good memory. This SR memory, it looks... Oh, this is new. Okay, I remember talking about this in my previous video. I didn't know if it was new or not. There we go, it is new. Very good for VE Tower, but I don't know when we're getting VE Tower. But beautiful art. My favorite art, honestly. It could actually be a top 5 favorite art. But yeah, this biggest influence here is the Step Up banner, right? You have so many opportunities to get memories, to get UR characters, especially if you're a new player. Look at the pool of units that you can get. And the general pool banner, though it does have some, old, janky, not very good units, some of the best characters in the entire game are in here. Full 100. Broken. Absolutely disgusting unit to this day. Tokoyami. Probably going to be very essential for Club Fest, and I use it to this day, and I'm gonna mention my GOAT no matter what, but still a good pickup. I'm not gonna go through each and every one of these. Red Bakugo. This Bakugo can still destroy. He blocks your buffs like crazy. Another really good unit. Who else am I saying? Mina is very, very good too. Very good supportive character. Shoji, if the gacha gods are on your side, UR Plus is one of the best characters in the entire game. But like I said, UR Plus. Red Aizawa, top 5 unit. Top 7 unit maybe. It just disruption, buff removal, covering, hiding. Terrible unit to fight, but absolutely essential and will make your account so much stronger. Blue Endeavor does damage like crazy. The Blue Sugar Rocky's on here. I regret summoning so much on his banner because he's already coming back, but very good PvP unit. Like and Compress, my least favorite character in the game, but also my favorite character to use. He just does everything. He's, in my opinion, top 5. But yeah, you could pick up some of these really crazy units, and yeah, it's just at the benefit of just summoning, right? You're guaranteeing you are character. And even with 1.5 rates, I've gotten shafted many, many, many times. Look at the Fantasy Deku and Konari banner I just did. I only went 63 showers in, but I did not get a UR. Or I did, but I didn't get any of the featured URs, right? So this is guaranteeing yourself a character. This is guaranteeing yourself a memory. This is guaranteeing yourself stars, memory shards, and dupes. And yeah, there's just so much value here. So how would I summon? How would I approach? I guess this is what I probably should have started with so I didn't have to jibber jabber. This is a tough one. So I think if you're a brand new character, in terms of overall account value, you want to strengthen up your account. You want to get characters to you. You want to get a bunch of UR characters so you can do VE Tower. So you can even beat the USJ events. So you can beat hard mode part 13 of story. You're having a hard time beating that, right? You just need characters. This, by far, is where you should summon. Too much value on the Step Up banner. Too many opportunities to get good UR memories, good UR characters. You're guaranteeing yourself a memory and a character per rotation. You're guaranteeing UR memory dupe fragments, stars, lots of good value. If you pick up Konari, that's amazing PvE. He's going to help you so much. And if you're lucky enough to grab the memory, you are building yourself up to make one of the best accounts in the game because that memory is going to be so good for PvP as well. So I think if that's what you're prioritizing, this memory is where you want to go, or this banner is where you want to go. Just too much overall value to toss up. Half off for multis. Good way to start your account, for sure. Definitely think this is the best. If you want to try to get the best characters in the game to really strengthen your account up, where you can just get 2 characters if PvP is your thing, and just have that foundation basically ready for you and set to go, this is the banner to go for. You don't really care about PvE, or PvE, yeah, and you've already beaten everything, but you've been just struggling trying to climb up your PvP ranks. Look no further. Look no further. I think this is the way to go. Like I said, Momo, in my opinion, is the absolute best character in the game. I don't even think it's arguable, and I think Ochaco's top 3. I think that duo as a PvP team, it's just too powerful. It's too powerful. And I still think to this day that they're the team to beat. Those 2 plus with Compress, or maybe Fantasy Aizawa or something like that, I think it's just the team to beat. It's just too powerful to this day. And yeah, I think if you really want to try to climb up the ranks, if you want to take that next step to being like a serious player and you're really trying to get up the Legends rank, you grab these 2 and you're off to the races. I promise you, just board them up, basic ability boards up, piece route them up, and you're going to see. You're going to see that this combo is disgusting. They have so much speed built into the kit, and they support each other with speed. Max HPs, last stand, stunning, temporary buff removal. I think this is the PvP banner to summon on. And as much as I was talking this banner up, this is definitely the least important one that you should summon on. I think there's still really good value. I still think Jiro can be. I think Jiro, Momo, and Ochaco is the best lineup you could have. At least like when you're looking at these 3 banners. I think that trio will carry you. They will carry you so far. You could get the Legends rank, no problem with that team, right? But Sue does get kind of countered here and there quite a bit now because there's just so much dodge on opponents these days. And she really needs to land piercing shot. And you kind of need a strong team to build around her. Like, Sue is really good if you have the pieces around her. If you had Momo, if you have Jiro, then Sue is probably your best pick. But you need Momo and Jiro, right? So with Sue, you kind of have to have a good foundation to start with to use her. You could just slap her on your team, but without having her protected, it's hard for her to do really, really well. So I do think this is probably the least important. Jiro is a really good pick, but in terms of the other banners, the Celebrations has 2 characters that I think are both better than her. You know, it just makes more sense. And then Konari's banner is literally just the best banner in terms of just overall value. Even though I think Jiro's better than Konari in terms of just overall. And you could honestly argue all 4. Like, these 2 plus Ochaco and Momo are probably better than Konari. Maybe not all PvE, but PvP for sure. And, yeah, if you're focusing only on PvP, that's the only thing you care about in life. I feel like the Celebrations banner makes much more sense than this one. Konari's is good, but yeah, just for PvP, not really. But in terms of overall growth, it's the way to go. So in terms of order of importance, it kind of depends what you need. You're a new player, or if you're just trying to grab some characters you've never had before, if you're just trying to get some dupes up, some stars up, and if you don't want to be disappointed, this is the way to go. No matter what you're getting character, no matter what you're getting memory, no matter what you're getting dupes, shard dupes, and stars, this is the way you have to go. If you care only about PvP, this is number 2. I think go in, throw in some multis, grab one, and get the heck out of there. Run for the hills. I think that this is such a disgusting duo. Ochaco and Momo is just too good to be true. And then Fantasy, you got everybody, and you really want to make that PvP solidified. If you're lucky enough to grab Jiro, you are set. So, yeah, in terms of order of importance, Step Up, Celebrations Momo and Ochaco, and then Fantasy banner. But like I said, if you kind of already have a lot of characters and a good team and foundation to beat everything, you're a long-term player, you already have VE Tower completed, I would honestly maybe prioritize that Celebrations banner with Ochaco and Momo. Anyways, so that's my actual breakdown on it. I probably made this video longer than the official breakdown, but I really wanted to give my thoughts and opinions on this because I really wanted to make it clear because there's a lot of... These 3 banners are all very good. All 3 are very good. I know I may have said Fantasy Jiro is the worst of the 3, but it's still a very valuable banner. Both characters are very good with good memories. I just think the other 2 have more value. This overall health like in your account is better, but Ochaco and Momo is the best PvP banner you could ask for, I honestly think. So that'll be it for this one. Let me know which banner you're going to summon on. I'm actually very curious because all 3 of them, like I said, are very good. I will be going on to the Step Up banner because I already have all the other ones except for Jiro. It hurts my soul, but I don't have Jiro, and I really want to get Jiro, but Step Up banner. And there's blue units. There's general pool banner units I don't have, so this is the way I'm going. I need them UR memory dupe fragments. I need that memory and stars. This is where I will be summoning. So let me know what you're going to do, what you're going to summon, or if you're just going to skip all 3. I totally get it too. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. We are inching our way to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, it would mean the world to me. But if you tuned in this long, I'm just as happy. So thank you all for watching, and until the next one, Tokusa out.